Got the sombrero on, just like one of my original joints from many years ago. Anyway, good morning, people. Come on in here, let's kick it. Gotta talk about some of this wu-tang. Some of this wu-tang. Peace. Good morning, y'all. Come on in. Let's kick it. Let's talk about this Tony Yayo interview. He said, polo and knit hat, seasons are changing. Yeah, the seasons are changing rapidly. The temperature dropped real fast. Guerrilla Republic in the house. What's going on? Good morning. Rob Lowe. Not yet. What's going on, pimp? Y'all come in here and like the video as y'all step into the chat. Share it on y'all social media platforms. God damn, who was that? Mellow the Dominican. Come in here on this Yayo, throwing bread around. All is well. Good morning. Jovan Hayes, yeah, let's talk about it. The Mav Hoffa interview, it's on, Tony Yayo was on Mav Hoffa, and then he went back to Vlad TV to rebuttal or clarify things from Mav Hoffa. But let's talk about this shit briefly. Tony Yayo. Great interview on Mav Hoffa. I've been watching it for a couple of days. What's going on, Ange? I've been watching it for a couple of days, and it's very riveting. I think it's one of the better interviews online and one of the better interviews on Mav Hoffa. He said, running mouth, Yayo. Let me start by the wu-tang shit. That's not even close, my nigga. That it's not even close. Yayo, that was just ridiculous. It's not even close. During the Mav Hoffa interview with Tony Yayo, he was talking about great groups, or he said something like G Unit is the greatest group of all time, or no. Y'all didn't do enough, my nigga. Y'all didn't do enough. Y'all didn't stay in the game long enough. Y'all didn't make any impact. Y'all didn't. Nobody really remembers any fucking G Unit songs. They don't. People remember the J. That's it. I like Tony Yayo. I love the interview, but and then Uncle Murder, when Mav Hoffa mentioned Wu-Tang, Tony Yayo tried to fix his mouth and say his piece on the comparison. And Uncle Murder says, are you serious? When Mav Hoffa says Wu-Tang, he said, are you serious right now? Murder, are you serious? Are you serious? And stop being all this, stop with this sophisticated shit that you be doing, man. We remember you from Smack DVD, fam. We remember you, my nigga. We see you, the new you got the shades on, got your little jewelry now and shit. That's the new you, extra cool shit. We got footage. We remember you from Smack DVD, my nigga. So stop playing the role. I'm just leave that like that. But the part about the Wu-Tang shit, it's not even close. And we won't even waste time comparing Wu-Tang and G-Unit. What I'm going to do is compare G-Unit to some other groups that's better than them. Mobb Deep, The Lox, Public Enemy, EPMD, X-Clan. I could go on and on and on and on and on. G-Unit, y'all didn't make any impact, my nigga. Y'all was the junior varsity to the Dipset. Y'all, the list goes on. Outkast, the list go. Ghetto Boys, NWA. The list goes on and on and on. Don't even try it. What you did was you highlighted y'all shortcomings by even comparing, out of all people, Wu-Tang. That was an error. That was a deep error. It's not even no comparison, my nigga. It's like 4 or 5 niggas that have run through G-Unit from the Wu-Tang. And y'all stop with this almighty Lloyd Banks thing. I respect what it is that he do, but he too has made no impact in music. He's a great lyricist, say some slick shit, got a little mixtape following, but stop it. Stop it. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. I'm not a vanguard, or I don't protect Wu-Tang's reputation. Run DMC is better too. That's not my thing. But I am a Wu-Tang fan, and I'm going to tell the truth about it on here. But yeah, it's not no comparison. It's not no comparison on no level, my nigga. It's not even no comparison. Like, you barking up the wrong tree with Wu-Tang, but the Roots is better than G-Unit. The Roots got one MC. Well, no, pardon me. No, they didn't. They had a couple. They had a couple MCs. The Roots is better than G-Unit. They is. He said Yayo meant the best at the time. G-Unit was never the best at the time. G-Unit was never best at the time. He said G-Unit only made one album. Okay. They go their resume, one album. They were not the best at the time. The Diplomats was around and shit. Mobb Deep was still living. They were never the best. They need to stop that. That was a terrible, terrible suggestion. Or rebuttal. Yeah, Dice Raw, Malik B, and of course Tariq, who y'all know as Black Thought. He said G-Unit had 2 albums. We don't even fucking know, because it wasn't no impact. It wasn't no impact. We like some of G-Unit's material, man, but G-Unit has a very small... Y'all can try to resuscitate the G-Unit movement and try to do it all again, but... He said, let's be real, it was Lloyd Banks mixtapes. Yeah, you probably being a little bit more, you making a lot more sense right now. They was Body and Mobb Deep on their own songs. G-Unit ain't never been on no fucking song with no goddamn Prodigy and Havoc and Body them. Just stop it. If G-Unit was doing so well, they wouldn't even have to go sign Mobb Deep and Mace and MOP. These is the people who had to help carry the brand and shit. That flag was getting heavy. Them niggas couldn't carry that shit. This is the truth. This is the truth. Game went south. He went elsewhere. Yayo. Gators and ostrich, you know my apparel. You might see my outfit on Discovery Channel. I'm a stunner. I'm a Yayo fan. So if you're watching this, I can recite your lyrics. I like your style. I love the music. But the part about the Wu-Tang, don't do that. It's not even close. He said Banks needs more respect. Banks need to put in work for more respect. If he wants some respect beyond mixtapes, he just dropped the album not long ago. Y'all got to try a new approach. Straight up. Ooh-wee. Someone said the 2 outsiders in G-Unit was better than the 2 New York guys. They're implying the Young Buck. Ooh. They're implying the Young Buck in Game is better than Tony Yayo. Now the group is in disarray, man. Y'all had Spider Loke and a whole bunch of other niggas, man. Don't do that on the Wu thing, though. The Wu is on a whole nother level, my nigga. Spiritual. Lloyd Banks got mixtape of the year in 02, 03 is documented. Man, that's 20-something years ago, and that shit don't even mean nothing, man. We need impact. If you plan on being mentioned in the same name as Wu-Tang, beyond the fact that you a rap group from New York City, you got to put in work, man. The Wu did phenomenal things, and it sounded good the whole time. Dipset versus G-Unit. G-Unit can't do nothing with Dipset. They never could and shit. It was never a toss-up on who had New York. The Dipset had New York. They did. Houdini, MOP, Black Moon, Tribe Called Quest, Cash Money, they naming people, man. Tribe Called Quest, they wasn't even the best group out of Queens and shit. They need to stop. I ain't gonna do no more on that unless y'all ask me to come back to it. But Tony Yayo, don't do that. Uncle Murder, don't do that, man. Like, don't do that. We love you niggas. We love y'all music and shit, but don't, the Wu-Tang thing, don't do it. And we understand what Tony Yayo was applying. 50 Cent said some slick shit about RZA, I believe, on How to Rob, and Wu-Tang didn't like that shit. Don't play with us. We ain't the niggas and shit. So Tony Yayo said something like, even though them niggas don't like me, but it probably goes back to the song How to Rob. You hear Sue Surf supposedly hit with a RICO case? Nah, but we gonna find out today if it's true. Boot Camp Click, another group that's better than the Locks. I mean, I said this better than the Locks. It's better than G Unit. That's why y'all didn't get no... Don't do that, man. My man said Dipset was local. Man, you can stop it. They had motherfuckers in other countries with bandanas on the side of their head talking about they was the Dipset. They had Dipset gangs across the country, street gangs that got in trouble with the law in different parts of the country. So don't do that. He said Yayo was acting like 50 didn't do anything. He dished them on How to Rob. He said not Boot Camp Click. You crazy as fuck. G-Unit can't fuck with no fucking Boot Camp Click. You don't know Boot Camp Click's body. You don't. You don't. They got too many. It's too many over there. You got Rock from Helter Skelter. Then you got Sean Price. Then you got Buckshot. Then you got Tech and Steel. They too deep. They deep. Dipset never toured overseas. Facts. What do that mean? That don't mean nothing. Me and them niggas couldn't get passports. Sue Surf and Al Bial never free at the same time. Al Bial been out 2 weeks. I think 3 weeks. His first show, Gunplay, at his first show, he got a cloud over him, man. He got to try to straighten up some type of way and shit. They even made vlogs about it already, and people in the comments are saying that there's people trying to take Al Bial's head off. He said they don't know about Boot Camp Click. G-Unit went little commercial also. Man, G-Unit went fucking kerplunk. They was here today, going tomorrow. It was no staying power. I'm a hip-hop fan just like y'all and shit. We can't make something out of nothing. They had a couple of albums. Each individual... The song that I remember by them is I Teach You How to Stunt. That's the song that I remember from G-Unit as a group. They probably got more. I'm sure they got more. But Stunt 101 is the one that I remember. After that, I don't have a whole bunch of songs or material to support this greatest group of all time shit. It's shit tripping. For real. Corey Turner, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. 700 people here. Y'all like this video. He said, Yayo's ego is too big. I think Yayo is 50 Cent's most trusted soldier, and he's devoutly loyal. He's displayed it repeatedly. But the Wu-Tang thing, bad idea. Bad idea. And it's niggas who woke up this morning like, is he fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? So the fact that of them not liking you is probably going to continue that way. G-Unit went commercial fast, went on and toured overseas while Dipset stood local and destroyed the music. Man, you can't compare no fucking G-Unit to no fucking Dipset just because them niggas went the fuck overseas. It was no fucking contest. It was no contest. Them G-Unit niggas that have problems with Jim Jones' catalog by himself. By himself. All of them G-Unit niggas will have problems with Jim Jones' catalog by himself. It's not even close. So I don't know what you trying to do right now. You trying to create a G-Unit fantasy? I'll say this again. Them G-Unit niggas catalog can't stand on the same stage as Jim Jones by himself. You got several solo artists in G-Unit. Who y'all want to put on Jim? None of them. He said, they are nowhere on the Wu's level. Nah, he said, yeah, G, it was mostly hype. Let me, I gotta share this with y'all. Inglewood resident rearrested after stabbing partially blinds Edgewater woman. Police rearrested an Inglewood residence after learning that an Edgewater woman was permanently blinded in one eye when she stabbed with a comb knife on a city street. I believe it was one of these. These is called rat tail combs. Kristen Bell, 36, remained held in the Bergen County Jail, that's Jersey, on Monday, September 26, after authorities upgraded charges against her to second-degree aggravated assault. The 32-year-old victim, whose identity is being protected, lives in Edgewater but sometimes stays with her sister in Inglewood. The woman told the Daily Voice that she was attacked by Bell and her 14-year-old son outside the 1 William Street apartment complex in broad daylight last Friday. The woman says she doesn't know either of them nor what they have against her and claimed that they'd been harassing her for a month and a half. Police said Bell allegedly felt disrespected because the victim wasn't friendly enough to her. She used a hair comb to stab the victim. The victim, she said, believes it was an ice pick. The woman actually had tangled earlier that day, according to her mother. The victim had gotten the best of that clash and went on with her day, the mom said. They had a fight. She apparently found Bell waiting for her when she returned, her mother said. Bell had her son and young daughter with her. Homegirl went and got the reinforcements. What's up now, she said. She said to my daughter, she stabbed her 3 times in the eye, hand, and head. Bell initially fled after the assault, but then surrendered to authorities. According to police, a judge in Unkasa released her the following day with conditions. The victim refused treatment at the scene. I brought myself to the hospital because I was still in a state of shock, she told the Daily Voice, but these injuries were definitely not minor. They seized Bell on Sunday and sent her back to jail. In addition to upgrading the original aggravated assault count, detectives charged Bell with endangering her 2 children, who police said were with her during the time of stabbing. The victim's mom, meanwhile, is seeking help with the expenses of her daughter's face. As per eye surgeon, she will need extensive aftercare, which includes several eye surgeries, therapy, nurses, aides, and counseling to deal with the fact that she will not be who we all know her to be, she wrote on a GoFundMe campaign. This young lady that I'm speaking of right now is the daughter of Harlem legend Fritz. And they got a GoFundMe page established for her. And y'all can look that up. It's organized by Shatiqua Cunningham. She allegedly got poked in the eye with one of these and shit. I was supposed to report that to y'all a couple of days ago, but I wanted to get the rest of the details. That's Fritz's daughter. She's lost the eye because she didn't speak to, someone felt that she didn't speak to them. Ain't that a bitch? Once you get past get rich or die trying, Dipset will watch the whole G Unit. Facts. Order 3 knits. Where are all the other flavors? www.therealdribble.com. That's where they at. 50 disc ran goes back in the day after How to Rob. I don't know if he said anything in addition to what was said on How to Rob. I just don't see nobody picking with Wu-Tang like that. She says she must be prettier than her. You know when a chick pretty and shit, they go straight for their face and shit. Disciples of the way, I hear you. 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 Have you ever thought about interviewing the late Gene Griffin's wife? No, but I recently became aware of Gene Griffin's story and his legacy. Disciple of the way. I'm not going to repeat that in here. If you say it again, you're getting kicked out. Barack Ostrama said, I know her moms. Terrible, unfortunate situation. Y'all like the video as y'all come in. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. 50 called them dust heads. Are you serious? PA about to double and triple up on the fall and winter Nets. Are you serious? 50 with Eminem is the bigger rapper overseas. Eminem is not in fucking G Unit, man. Get the fuck out of here with that corny shit. You see what he did? He tried to posse Eminem up with 50 Cent to compare to G Unit. Number one, put him back on the bench. He's garbage. We talk about that over here all the time. Whether the fact he with him or not don't make it cool. It's garbage. So don't even try it. Nobody cares about no fucking Eminem. You keep bringing that shit up. Y'all keep bringing that shit up. That shit has lost its luster. That shit garbage. I'll say that to anybody who tries to boast and say, Eminem's this, he's lyrical. Put it on, let's listen to it. Cut it on, let's listen to it. We're going to listen to it together. And after that noise go off, you can get the fuck out my office. I don't want to hear that shit, and nobody else wants to hear it. People be talking that shit and don't even have nothing to support they claim. And the thing that they try to reach for is Renegade with Jay-Z. Nigga didn't do nothing to Jay-Z on Renegade. The fuck is you talking about? He was rapping to his people or talking whatever the fuck he was talking about, and Jay-Z was talking to us. I had to hustle my back to the wall, ashy knuckles. Some of us know what the fuck he was talking about. By the bodega, iron under my coat, feeling braver, do-rag rocking my waves. It's not even close. So, yeah. Y'all sit on that Eminem shit. It don't work. Subscribe to the channel. Good morning. Tony Yayo made some comments about Wu-Tang, said they don't like him. I don't want, but I'm just saying, the greatest of all time group shit. G Unit don't even register. G Unit, that's not a group that you could put into the conversations of great groups. You got the Logs, you got EPMD, you got EPMD, you got the Loonies, you got the Ghetto Boys, you got Wu-Tang, all these people. Let me get a charger. Give me 1 second. My phone died. Eminem whole catalog has aged like cottage cheese. He said even out the game. At the end of the day, it's about the paper. 50 and M are paid in full. Nobody cares about that shit, man. Y'all always talking some dumb shit. That don't make it sound good. Nobody gives a fuck. Don't y'all know that Eminem just went through some shit with his memory from taking fucking drugs and shit like that? Don't really remember his lyrics and shit like that? Y'all still trying to place him in a GOAT category. He's a goddamn drug addict. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. It's the fuck what they do. The same shit Kurt Cobain and John Belushi, all of them, they been doing that type of shit. So get the fuck out of here with that corny shit, yo. G-Unit mixtapes was different. G-Unit mixtapes was the same as everybody the fuck else. Temporary, used for promotional use only. That's it. Nothing special. Nothing special. That may be a lie to cover up the nasty things he said.
Wu-Tang's group, American Cream Team, has a song called Small Change, dissing 50 Cent. Half of these rappers and singers from the 90s was on dope. I'm kicking you out my group. Kicking you out of here for that. Kicking you out of here for that. For trying to bring everybody down to Eminem's junkie level. Y'all gonna stop that shit. Some of us are greater. Some of us still got our polish. He's a junkie. He can't sit at the fucking cool table. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You dig? My man said nothing special about G Unit. Nah, not really. Not really. They keep trying to make Eminem into something. Like, keep talking this money shit and trying to tie him to somebody. Just kick you out my fucking chat. Get the fuck out of here. Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Slum Village, Brand Nubian, list goes on. He's telling y'all the truth. I ain't a G Unit fan, but 50 did get blocked trying to sign. Siegel and Mace at different times. De La Soul, I love the project that came out in 96 with that song, The Stakes Is High. It's so easy. Yeah. They were the biggest at one time, though. When? What year? Just tell me, what year? What year? Tell me. Was G Unit the biggest or was 50 Cent the biggest? There's a difference. Tell me what year G Unit was the biggest. We listening. Dipset run was more memorable, more iconic. G Unit was the corporation, not the culture. Kicking you out. Anybody coming here with dumb shit, if you think you coming in here with some dumb shit, just you gonna say some shit in the chat, you think it's funny or anything, you think you gonna get under my skin, I'm just gonna kick your ass out for life. Just so y'all know. Gully, have you noticed that all Yayo can talk about is 50? He hasn't done nothing on his own. You probably could say that. Some probably can say that. He needs to do some work on his own. It's a lot of that going on in music. 2004, Wu-Tang was, G Unit was not no biggest group in the fucking world and shit. They wasn't never no biggest group in the world. How do you feel about Yayo talking rah-rah to Math but nothing to Vlad? I've seen people implying that, right? Math was asking some questions that might get you some acrimony. That's all it was. But I've never seen nobody too much. Nah. It's a couple people that checked Vlad. It's a couple people that didn't stand for his bullshit. But for the most part, these niggas sit on their hands when they be in them interviews with Vlad and shit. You know, they'll get aggressive with what else. That was one of me and Mano's our initial conflict. His mouth, the way he was talking during the interview and shit. You have no idea how big G Unit was worldwide. You keep trying to talk about how big G Unit was. I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was little white folks like you from the suburbs buying them fucking tank tops and running around with a G Unit headband on you. We didn't do that. Y'all did that shit. So you saying that they was the biggest in the world? In your reality, they probably was and shit. But in our reality, there was a whole bunch of other rappers around, and G Unit was never the biggest in the world. They never. Banks' music got better when he separated from 50 and G Unit. Big City Crime TV, Dipset and Wu-Tang elevated to something more than just a rap group. I already kicked him out. He said that's why he's corny for that. My man said, Yayo check Vlad. Cam was really whack when the dips were on fire. The beats carried them. Born Majesty says his main 09 Trey. He wearing a lot of blood colors all of a sudden. Can't nobody dispute that. He's wearing a lot of paisley blood colors all of a sudden now that he's hanging around Jim. So he looks like to be, he's impressionable. My man said, it don't matter if black people or white people black. The numbers don't lie. Who got bigger numbers than G-Unit artists? What's the G-Unit songs that you speaking of? Because we not talking about individuals. We talking about G-Unit. Y'all want to put some G-Unit songs in the chat? So anybody got anything to substantiate what y'all saying about this G-Unit, this great G-Unit run? Because I don't remember it. I remember 50 Cent being on top. I remember them G-Unit solo albums being highly anticipated. I remember that part. But just tell me when did the group have things locked up? Boom, boom. He said he's following Jim. He's making Brooklyn look real bad. How much money a rapper and or an individual have is called self-enrichment only. He said, what artists? Not 50, them other guys. They don't have a lot to stand on and shit. They don't. I think Young Buck's solo, Welcome to Cashville, was cool. Yayo solo was cool. Banks solo was cool. Them shits didn't have no staying power and shit. My man said, what G-Unit songs blew up? I'll wait. He said, where that G-Unit work at? They don't have none. They act like Jay wasn't around. Exactly. When was they going at it with Murder Inc.? Nobody ever took them going at Murder Inc. serious. They was more like beating on Murder Inc. Murder Inc. wasn't retaliating or nothing, and if they did, nobody took the shit serious. Buck album hard, but it didn't do no crazy numbers. They're speaking mixtapes. That's the only thing I could think of. That's the only thing I could think of either. Trying to make sure I find your name. I appreciate your super chat. Omega B, 50 works with meth on power. I doubt there's any problem with the woo. I think Yayo was just on that drink and running his mouth. Okay, Stunt 101 was popping. Wanna Get to Know You? I Wanna Get to Know You with Joe. That's a G-Unit song too, right? All of them niggas is on there, right? Buck was platinum. Roadblock, I holla at you. Come here and say some more stupid shit. Watch how quick you get kicked out this motherfucker. So if you plan on being here, if you like being here, watch your mouth. Banks and Buck did go platinum. I think Yayo went gold. State Property had more hits than them. That's a nice comparison. State Property versus G-Unit. Who had the most hits? Who had the most songs? Y'all want to compare the Chain Gang versus G-Unit? I Know You Don't Love Me was the shit. That was the shit. That's Tony Yayo's song. I Know You Don't Love Me. No, that's all of them. That was fire. G-Unit versus State Property. Smile Was the Truth. Yup. Smile by Lloyd Banks. Fire. Popping Them Things was hard. It was the liquor as always. He said that Wanna Get to Know You joint was nice. It was. Stunt 101 was nice. They had joints. They don't make them the greatest in the world and shit. Straight up. They talking about the greatest rap group of all time, man. Do you know, have you ever heard Triumph by Wu-Tang Clan? That's 9 niggas. Everybody gets off. It's like a six-minute song and shit. Everybody gets off. Go mixtapes first, Gully. G-Unit got it. I'm not trying to suppress the damage. They mixtape presence is what elevated 50 into the position to get with Dr. Dre and Eminem. I'm not taking nothing away from that. That was 50 Cent's doing by himself. That was 50 Cent's doing. It was. They said state property. State property. Damn, they taking property. They taking state property over G-Unit, y'all. Heavy. None of those groups you name music age good. You crazy as a motherfucker. People I named got hits forever. EPMD, De La Soul, all of them people I named, them niggas got hits forever. Rock the Mic, What We Do, Tales of a Hustler. Colleen Washington, good morning. I appreciate you. He said, nope. I Know You Don't Love Me. That's Tony Yayo's song. I said that. That's his song, right? That was on his solo joint. That ain't a G-Unit song. That's not a G-Unit song. That was Yayo's song. He said Winter Wars, The Guillotine. Oh, I can go on and on and on. It's not even close, yo. He said these internet narratives be the worst. Yayo did it. My man's profile was called G-Unit Soldier. Because you the only person on earth that got G-Unit in your profile name, I'm gonna let you live. Oh, shit. Stunt 101. He said the Wu, besides that, who got to the money. The money ain't what establishes who's nice and rapping. It don't. There's people that did. It's a nigga that was on here a few months back. He was in a group called the UMCs. They had a song called Blue Cheese. Hip hop joint. I don't know. You know what I mean? It was jiggy, but, you know, some silly shit, some popcorn shit. That nigga Cool Kim from the UMCs is a bear. That nigga is a bear. He's a bear. So you can't tell, and UMCs didn't have the most success. You can't tell me that means anything, the sales part. It don't. He said EPMD music still holds up. Man, I can go, man, EPMD was hot in the 80s, well into the late 90s. They were still doing it. Full cooperation, the total attention. Here's a few things I forgot to mention. MCs, the final countdown. They continue to put in work. They one of the best ever. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not even close. EPMD morphed into different shit. They was EPMD, and then they was Def Squad, and then they was what was them niggas' name that went with Parrish? Hit Squad and Def Squad, and then they came back to EPMD, man. And Eric Sermon was still putting out hit records in the 2000s, just like music. It's not even close. Stop it. Tell them niggas to go put out some music, man. He said they always go to money when they can't point out no records. They can't. They can't. None. He said they used to do the same thing with Lil Wayne. In group battle versus, they do more solo songs because Kiss took out Dipset himself. He really did. Hassan from UMC's produced for Ghostface. They from Staten Island. They one of the early groups from Staten Island. Shout out to Cool Kim. Kim, I'm on here talking about you, telling these people the truth. He said Kim from UMC's made dope beats. The UMC's second single was better than the first. Get out, I don't love you. The money don't matter. It's the lyrics that matter to me. It's the lyrics that matter to everybody. He said EPMD run was crazy. EPMD got one of the wildest runs in hip-hop. I was gauging this shit the other day, and it started out as a fashion conversation. I'm looking up the niggas that was throwing that shit on. And if you know hip-hop, EPMD was throwing that shit on back in the day. You know, they was dressing like them. Niggas had them used jean suits on and shit like that with them bucket hats and them big-ass chains and shit. Crazy sneaker game rocking all the Delta forces and quantum forces and shit like that. I went to go look up them for some fashion shit, and it just kept going on and on. It went from knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, into the next fucking decade, and then to another decade. I'm like, damn. Daz Effects, that's all EPMD. Redman, EPMD. Craig Mack, EPMD. I'm telling y'all the truth. Keith Murray, EPMD. Y'all gotta know y'all shit, man. And you got a brother, Tony Yayo, headbanger, gold digger. You got full cooperation. You got a guy like Tony Yayo who's declaring that G Unit is one of the greatest groups of all time. Now listen to what I just ran off, that rap sheet I just gave y'all, EPMD. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm gonna tell you somebody else, since I'm speaking of the the elder MCs. Billy Dan's got a song out and a music video called Buick Music. It's fire as a motherfucker, man. And I know Billy Dance is about 55 years old. I know he's about 55 years old. That shit fire. It's fire. It's called Buick Music. He said, heavy gratitude, fam. EPMD was super nice. They birthed Daz Effects, Redman. The best lyrics don't sell. It's a proven fact. Only commercial rappers. That's not true. That's not true. I wouldn't call Benny the Butcher a commercial rapper. You got to know about that. I wouldn't call Griselda commercial rappers. They striving for it, but you got to know about that. UMC's poster was on the mall on the Martin Lawrence show. Facts. K Solo, I left him out. Forgot him. Hurricane G, forgot her. He said bucket hats and thick robe chains. They had a long run. Math Hoffa. Yayo interview was straight fire. He apologized to them on Vlad TV. I like Tony Yayo. I always did. But the wu-tang shit that he talking, he bugging with that. Eric Sermon said in '88 he was the only one with custom 18-inch rims. Ooh. Shout out to Long Island. Headbangers, one of the hottest songs in hip-hop history. Gold Digger 2. Somebody was saying yesterday that, I seen this post on Facebook, that hip-hop taught us things back in the day. It taught us things. Who prepared you initially for a woman who was out to get your money? Who prepared you for that? EPMD. They call them gold diggers. Who prepared you for a woman that was unfaithful? Who prepared you for that? Bismarcky, Just a Friend. These were vehicles that taught people. Education was profound and delivered through music and shit. It ain't like that no more, but I'm making a great point to y'all. Word. I don't agree with Yayo, but a lot of groups did hate G Unit. Hated him for what? I don't understand. Go check out that joint by Billy Dance. It's fire. This is the dribble, man. Hip hop, sports, and fashion. That's all you're going to get here. A lot of it. One to grow on. He said Gangstar. Gangstar is a group. DJ and MC, that's a group. G-Unit can't fuck with Gangstar. They can't. They can't. Anyway, I had to deliver that news to y'all. I felt that it was biased and ridiculous. We not doing that. Did Uncle Murder talk about it? Are you serious? No. Are you serious? Are you serious? When Math Hoffa said Wu-Tang, when he started mentioning the greatest groups of all time, he said Wu-Tang. Math Hoffa, Uncle Murder said, are you serious right now? Nigga, is you serious? And stop getting on camera acting, man. You got your shades on with your jewels, doing all this shit, man. We seen you, man. We've been watching you for years and shit. You one of them hoodlum niggas from Brooklyn. Don't do that. Y'all see Uncle Murder, man? You almost can't even tell that that's him. And she is that Uncle Murder? Yeah, that's Uncle Murder. You gotta focus in on it, cause, oh man. Who you got, Benny or Spesh? To my knowledge, 38 Spesh, past and present, been the best from upstate New York, in my opinion. And it's been understood and accepted by his peers that way too. So, any of them guys that y'all think live and that we be talking about, if you ask them to their face, you better than you think you better than Spesh? Is you better than Spesh? I don't think they gonna say yeah. I don't think they gonna say yeah. They might say something else like, yeah, that's my man. He nice. Da, da, da. Is you better than Spesh? Eric Sermon was the first one to mess with the South. He did a lot for Too Short too. Eric Sermon created a super group with artists from all over called the Dangerous Crew. And it had MC Breed, Too Short, a nigga named Father Dom from Oakland. He was all over the place getting busy, man. Shout out to Eric Sermon. Dangerous Crew was the shit too. Straight up. He said Buick Music is fire, ain't it? Y'all should go check it out while y'all on here. Buick Music by Billy Danz. X-Clan to the East Blackwards. That's a classic. G-Unit bring their own hate towards themselves, but they was hated for a minute. I never hated them. I don't know why they was probably getting a little bit more money than everybody else at a point in time. They was all over MTV and shit like that. I think they did Spring Break. My man said Wu-Tang is first ballot Hall of Fame. Boom, boom. Let's not act like they ain't hate on 50. I thought 50 Cent's movement was too powerful to be hated on. Rockefeller had things in a choke for a long time, and 50 just came in. Just like that. Word. He said that Branson was flowing. Go check that joint out. It's fire. Buick Music. I played that for my man yesterday. He was cracking up. He said, man, this old nigga getting off. Oh, shit. Eric Sermon had original Steves with a list. It was back with music sounded different. You could differentiate one sound to the next. He said, I was wondering who that was. I didn't know that was Murder. Yeah, that's the new Uncle Murder. He said, Uncle Murder, a G-Unit member, he had to big them up. He didn't have to do it like that, though. He could have just stood down. He said, 38 Spesh, little brother got killed. I seen Spesh made a post, said that he lost somebody. I don't know if it was his biological family, but, a brother is a brother. Vlad posted on his website that Spesh lost a brother, but he's never interviewed Spesh. He's never covered anything of him positive, or he just had an album just dropped. But he didn't cover that, but he reposted somebody died on his platform and shit. Stove God is the best out them upstate boys. I don't think he's from upstate, and he ain't better than 38 Special. He not. We ain't forget Uncle Murder let Game come to New York City to diss Meek. My crew from them ran from Japan to Atlanta with stamina, slinging the gamblers and grand handlers. The only movement that can live up to Wu-Tang is Boot Camp Clique. I said that on here before. I said the Boot Camp Clique, that's the Brooklyn Wu. Facts. Facts. Let me run back through here. I ain't catch your name, huh? Andrew Malone, I appreciate your super chat. G-Unit is definitely relevant to the commercial success of hip-hop, where groups of the past were relevant to the growth of hip-hop relevancy. They pushed the envelope. They not the greatest hip-hop group of all time. They not even in the top 5. They can't survive. They can't survive, fam. You got Run DMC. You got fucking EPMD. You got NWA. You got the Ghetto Boys. Cash Money Records. Come on, man. 8Ball and MJG. They not. G-Unit not better than 8Ball and MJG. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They not. Boom, boom, boom. He said, what's up with Green Double? I ain't seen or heard from him. You know that's bad. He said he 48. That nigga older than 48. Wu-Tang overrated in my eyes. I'm from New York, but no lie, I've lived all over New York. Wu-Tang get the most respect out of New York. That makes them overrated because they get a lot of respect. He said that was Special older, physical brother, lover. Okay. Damn. Condolences to him. Wu-Tang changed the name of a borough. Shaolin. Yeah. He said, hell no, nah, Special and Benny the best. I just told him that. He said, nah, he from upstate, Gully, from the Q's. Okay. He don't too much rep the Q's, do he? Can't fuck with Special, though. The Batter by Vlad. Make sure you get there. www.therealdribble.com. Ito can give the Stove God a run. I like Ito. Fire. He on my album, too. Peace to the gods from Minnesota. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming through. I already went to the gym. It's time for the roll up. This is my latest knit right here and shit. I ain't even give it a name yet. Look at it. I gotta give it a name, but yeah, this ain't hit the website yet. Smell like grapes. I call it Welch's. He said no one was ever checking for no Yayo album. Yes, we was. We was still buying music out of the record stores when Tony Yayo's Predicate of a Felon came out. You come in the record store, you see that, you was buying that. You was buying it. I was listening to Tony Yayo, Predicate of a Felon, and at the same time that I was listening to that Juelz Santana album when he got the song about Little Fresh. Those was out at the same time. I was playing those kind of like simultaneously and shit. He said, yo, Dan's got off on that Buick music. I told y'all. I was shocked like a motherfucker. That's my first time ever hearing it, somebody from MOP and they wasn't screaming and shit on the track. Hey, Billy Dan's, you might want to keep that flow right there, man. All of that yelling and shit. That shit. All of that yelling, man. I don't know if we could do that in this era, man. Like, the mosh pit music, the mosh pit MOP. I don't think we can do it, man. So Some fool got in here and said Wu-Tang was overrated. Tommy Brown says, stop hating Gully. Adults who be saying that, who use that word, normally remedial and shit. That's what people say when they ain't got nothing to say. You hating. Yeah. If you're not currently bumping any Wu-Tang, you capping talking about they the best. How could you not pop? How could you not bump no Wu-Tang? How could you not bump no Wu-Tang? It's 9 fucking rappers in the group. You find somebody to fucking choose from. It's 9 MCs in the group. 10. It's 10 MCs. You mean to tell me you can't find nothing? It's impossible. He said the Barney. I like that. He said no upstate without Spesh. Mugavelli on 38 Spesh hard. Who is Mugavelli? If he's from Rochester, he probably just a local hater. Who is he? Purple Rain, Purple Haze, the Jelly Jam. Why are the 80s groups diss so much? They were the best. Time seems to erase fondness and memories and shit. It happens when someone goes to jail and shit. A person will forget about you and shit. Because they not seeing you no more. They not hearing from you no more. Before you know it, time didn't erase all your accomplishments and shit. Eric Sermon put Jazzy Pha on. Billy Dan's solo catalog is right. Low key, thank you. Joe, Tony Ayo featuring Joe, Curious. G-Unit was big for like 2 years. The Wu was big worldwide. Illuminati letters. No, I didn't. Boom, 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 boom. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. Bun B Real, I was going to suggest that they go listen to Supreme Clientele. If you want some Wu-Tang this morning, go listen to Supreme Clientele, Bulletproof Wallets or something like that. Get your day started. I appreciate everybody for coming through. It's 59 minutes. Y'all been with me the whole way. The ice cream is back in stock. Get you one. And get your dribble right. Peace.